31-10.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Chevrolet, who invite you to see. CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Chevrolet, who invite you to see, drive, and live today's Chevrolet. Rich, smooth Meisterbrow, the beer that only tastes expensive. And by AC Delco, the smart parts.
Looking at things from a new point of view, and it's feeling strange to you. But McDonald's is the place that brings a smile to your face.
I like your glasses.
Really? No matter how many changes you go through, nothing hides the real beauty inside of you. It's a good time.
How many French fries do you see?
None. For the great taste of McDonald's.
Down, murdered his friends, and took the only thing he would kill for.
You gotta cooperate.
Right? Wrong.
Now, somewhere, somehow, someone's gonna pay.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last? I lied.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Commando.
Let's party.
Rated R. Starts Friday, October 4th at a theater near you.
Tonight,
it was an accident.
it was murder, and nothing could stop her from finding the killer.
Please stop this car.
The season premiere of Murder, She Wrote. Then, it was supposed to be their golden years, but something went wrong.
You killed a guy on my team. You answer to me.
Now one man faces a nightmare gone out of control. Elizabeth Montgomery, Ray Walston, Pat Morita, Dorothy McGuire, and Kirk Douglas as Amos, following the season premiere of Murder, She Wrote.
What a turnaround by the Chicago Bears in that one. And let's get you up to date around the rest of the league. The Dallas Cowboys slugging it out in the Battle of Texas. Warren Moon has been sacked 7 times, intercepted 3 times. Randy White gets him here, Irv.
Well, here's one of the problems Moon's been having all day long. Number 54, White, putting on the hit. He cost us the ball. Moon came into the game with a bad hand. He gave the ball up there.
Tony Dorsett then takes this handoff. Watch him dart to the left with that quickness. This is a 30-yard gain down the sideline and sets up a touchdown pass.
Well, Cowboys have a well-balanced offense. They go to the air this time, going to Timmy Newson. He takes the ball in from 7 yards out.
In that game, Raphael Septian has missed 3 field goals, 47, 33, and 36 yards. Giants in Philadelphia, another tough defensive battle. Remember, the Giants have beaten them once already this year. The Raiders and New England, and they are just trading that lead back and forth. Both defenses have scored touchdowns in that game. Minnesota over Buffalo. 3 touchdown passes by Tommy Kramer for Bud Grant in this one. Here is number 1. Kramer hits a slanting Leo Lewis right here from 10 yards out, and the Vikes lead the Bills 7-0. Here comes one of my favorite plays of the day. Vince Ferragamo under pressure, and watch the big fella get it. Come on, Timmy Newton, let's go for it.
A lineman's dream. Timmy Newton, a 6-footer.
Faster, Timmy.
302 yards he's carrying around. 302 pounds, Brent.
And that set up still another touchdown pass. It was Kramer to Ted Brown. This one was 15 yards. Kramer later came back to Anthony Carter, 43 yards. They missed the extra point following that one, and it is 20-3. St. Louis all over Green Bay. Lynn Dickey not playing. Randy Wright obviously not the answer. Perhaps Jim Zorn will soon be checking in as the Packer quarterback. Earl Farrell taking the handoff. He'll get around the right side. 12-yard Cardinal touchdown. Now watch Randy Wright from the shotgun. The snap is over his head into the end zone, and Randy says, I won't give him 6, let's give him 2 instead, and that, of course, is a safety. Forrest Gregg, of course, wondering what's going to happen as O.J. Anderson pops in for the touchdown. They added a field goal after that, and now it is 19-0 St. Louis with the lead in that one. Kansas City has intercepted Dave Craig 3 times, driving rainstorm, and the Chiefs lead the Seahawks by 21 points. Detroit over Tampa Bay, 10-6 at the half on that one. And, of course, the game you're watching and perhaps not believing. The Redskins jump out to a 10-0 lead. Mike Ditka and the Bears regroup. And this could be the most important play of the day for any team. Here comes Willie Gault. Not so much that he turned it loose for 99 yards, but Jeff Hayes missed a diving tackle, and that knocked him out of the game. Bruised thigh was the initial report. So Joe Theismann tries his first and probably his last punt in the National Football League, a 2-yarder. You talk about field position. Jim McMahon could have strolled in. Here he is to Dennis McKinnon, a 15-yard scoring strike. And then they come back with a little razzle-dazzle. Walter Payton. Payton doesn't throw that many passes, but when he completes one, it's generally a touchdown, right, Irv?
In his career, 9 passes, 8 completions for touchdowns.
Isn't that amazing? The NFL Today continues on CBS after these messages from your local stations.
CBS Sports presents college football. Michigan State battles Iowa, or see Arizona State against UCLA next Saturday on CBS Sports. This is CBS.
Roger, you've procrastinated long enough. Now's the time to insulate. It'll mean a warmer house this winter, potential savings on your energy bills. And Roger, don't forget the federal energy tax credit. It runs out at the end of 1985. Plus, get a fall outing gift free for insulating with CertainTeed fiberglass insulation. So, Raj, get off your hammock and into your CertainTeed dealer now for complete details, because nobody rewards you like CertainTeed.
When you're looking for fun, there's one place to find all kinds.
Ameritech Bell, yellow, pages. The complete, the accurate, the original, the one you know. Ameritech Bell, yellow, pages. When you're looking for something, when you're looking for someone, look in the book. You know the one. The complete, the accurate, the original, the one you know. Ameritech Bell, yellow, pages.
Published by Reuben H. Donnelly.
Who's gonna be at the Silver Bullet tonight?
So now it's 3rd down. Coach wants me to call a quarterback draw.
2 Coors Lights, Rob.
So before I can do anything, I get blindsided by this lineman named Everett. We called him the Mount.
Mount Everett.
This guy was so bad, he knocked me straight into bartending.
Yeah, well, he could never be the bartender that you are, Rob.
That's true. But he could be the bar.
There's no slowing down with the Silver Bullet tonight.
Coors Light Beer. Ditka and Morris review the Bears game tonight at 10.
Welcome back to New York. And you know, this year during the preseason, the NFL experimented with the use of instant replay. It was a court of last resort in deciding close calls by officials. Next month, the league's competition committee will meet to decide whether or not to use this innovation in the playoffs. Now, our Tom Brookshire, who has never been shy about second-guessing officials, has his own strong view on this controversial subject, and you may be surprised to find out whose side he's on.
If baseball doesn't need it, and the same goes for basketball and hockey, why is the NFL debating the use of instant replay to possibly reverse officials' calls in the playoffs?
It can help us save one call that was a wrong call and in turn have an effect on the outcome of a ball game. I think it's worth it.
Instant replay is an attempt to settle doubts about possession, namely inbounds and out-of-bounds plays in games where a bad call could end the team's season early. Here's how it would work. 2 weeks ago, an official on the field ruled that the receiver did not catch this pass inbounds. If instant replay had been in effect, another official upstairs would have the play rerun from different angles on the monitor. And if he felt the decision was wrong, he'd have the power to have the call reversed.
It's a technical advancement that I think is going to play a part in our football as the seasons develop.
I'll admit that sometimes they're found out of position and that officiating is an imprecise science. But relying on a machine to replace human judgment is troubling, because football is a game played by people and should be officiated by people.
I think that the officials on the field have to be in control of the game. I don't think you can have a big brother overseeing everything.
It seemed like the games where they did have the use of the instant replay, the officials were a little reluctant in calling something. If they saw it, they were waiting to kind of see what they'd say upstairs rather than going ahead and calling what they saw.
Our officials will not be laxed at any time. That I know. I know these people extremely well. I know their feelings, their great depth of feeling toward football, how they love the game, and they're not going to relax.
Certainly, replays have improved football on television, but not everyone agrees that they would help the game.
It would hurt the young official that was coming in. I think it would, and also it might undermine the public.
It can only do one thing, and that's help.
You look at the film, and it's no way they can cover everything that happens out there.
I played a little over 7 years in the NFL and had about 20 interceptions. I always felt like I was entitled to a few more. But in those days, when we would argue with the men in the black and white shirts, the zebras, they would merely turn to us and say, "Hey, Brookie, the call stands." The problem with instant replay is that no matter how fast the replay judgment will be, no official on the field will be able to look you in the eye and safely say, "The call stands." I never thought I'd see the day when I'd be speaking out in favor of the NFL officials, but they say there's a time and place for everything. I think the place for the NFL officials is right out there on the playing field, not up in the stands or in the press box. So if it ever comes up, I hope the NFL votes no on instant replay. For the NFL Today, I'm Tom Brookshire.
Irv, do you agree with that?
No, I really don't, Brent. I think we've gotten to the point now where we're living in a highly technically advanced stage. Everybody's accustomed to seeing replays, and the technology is available. We should use it. It'll improve the game.
All right, let's send you back to the stadium now and the game you're enjoying on CBS.
We are at halftime at Soldier Field in Chicago, where the Bears have a commanding 31-10 lead over the Washington Redskins. And we'll be back here in Chicago on this beautiful afternoon in just a moment.
Who has taken the intimidation out of BCI?